Have you ever stared at a picture and felt your brain twist in confusion? Imagine a waterfall that loops back to its own top. Impossible, right? Yet your eyes insist it's real. Escher's art is designed to make you question reality. He built worlds on paper that defy physics, but look so convincing you want to solve their mysteries. His drawings aren't just illusions, they're challenges to your perception, blueprints for machines that can't exist. Escher invites you into a playground where stairs go up and down at once, and lizards crawl out of drawings only to slip back in. These aren't just tricks, they're stories built around paradoxes. He wants you to ask, how does that work? And the more you look, the deeper the puzzle gets. That spark of curiosity is the key. Escher knew we're natural problem solvers. His art gives us puzzles with no solution, making them endlessly fascinating. You're not just looking at the impossible, you're part of it, trying to walk those stairs or follow that water. Your mind gets tied in a beautiful, logical knot. Escher's genius is making you an active participant in the impossibility. Can you trust your eyes? With Escher, the answer is always maybe not. So, who was the mastermind behind these visual riddles? Maurits Cornelis Escher, born in the Netherlands in 1898, wasn't your typical artist. He was more architect than painter, using pencils, ink, and wood blocks to build logical geometric worlds. A trip to Spain's Alhambra Palace introduced him to tessellations, repeating patterns that fit together perfectly. Escher became obsessed, transforming simple shapes into birds, fish, and reptiles that morph across the page. He called his work mental imagery, revealing hidden patterns and mathematical principles. Escher was a craftsman, spending months perfecting a single print. He didn't fit into any art movement. Mathematicians and scientists admired him more than critics did. Escher bridged art and math, proving creativity and logic are two sides of the same coin. His legacy? Showing us the beauty in order, symmetry, and the impossible. Escher's art is a direct conversation with your brain, exploiting the shortcuts we use to make sense of the world. When you see his two-dimensional drawings, your mind tries to build a three-dimensional reality, only to be fooled. He mastered impossible objects, like the Penrose triangle, and built entire scenes from these paradoxes. In prints like Relativity, multiple sources of gravity exist at once. People walk on floors, walls, and ceilings simultaneously. Your brain searches for a stable viewpoint, but there isn't one. The result? A fun mental workout that sparks curiosity. Escher is a visual mythbuster, daring you to find the flaw, but the flaw isn't in the drawing. It's in our brain's attempt to make sense of the impossible. He reveals the limits of our perception, making us question what we see. That's the magic of Escher. He turns confusion into fascination. Let's step into Escher's most iconic puzzles. In Relativity, gravity is optional. People walk up, down, and sideways on the same staircase, each following their own logic. Waterfall looks simple, but the water flows in a perpetual loop, defying gravity thanks to twisted perspective. Ascending and descending features a staircase that loops forever, with figures endlessly climbing or descending but never getting anywhere. It's Escher's take on the Penrose stairs, a metaphor for futility and a visual puzzle that makes your brain double-take. His tessellations, like Sky and Water One, morph birds into fish, blending two worlds seamlessly in a single image. There's no background, every shape is both figure and ground. Escher's genius is in showing how two realities can exist in the same space, flowing into each other. Each print is a world with its own rules, daring you to decode its logic. These works aren't just art, they're invitations to explore the impossible. Every detail is a clue, every paradox a challenge. Escher's puzzles are journeys for the mind. Which one would you try to solve first? What was Escher's secret? Mathematics. He was a self-taught mathematician, fascinated by geometry, symmetry, and perspective. Escher studied mathematical papers and worked with mathematicians like Roger Penrose to understand the illusions he created. He learned the rules of perspective so he could break them, creating calculated paradoxes like the waterfall's impossible vanishing points. For tessellations, he used principles of crystallography, modifying geometric grids to create interlocking figures. His art was algorithmic, each pattern built from precise logical rules. Escher visualized complex mathematical ideas, exploring infinity, reflection and non-Euclidean geometry long before computers. He built entire worlds from equations using only his mind and hands. Escher's genius was turning math into visual wonder. Why are we so drawn to Escher's illusions? Because they turn us into detectives. Instead of passively admiring a landscape, we dive in, tracing lines and searching for the trick. The confusion is part of the fun, a jolt that breaks our usual way of seeing. It's a roller coaster for the mind, thrilling, disorienting and exhilarating. Escher's worlds are ordered and peaceful, even as they defy logic. The impossible feels strangely normal, making the paradox even more profound. His art reminds us that reality is just a construction of our brains. By changing the rules, Escher changes reality itself. We love the aha moment when we glimpse the trick, or at least think we do. His illusions encourage us to question, to wonder, and to see the world with fresh eyes. That's the real magic art that enlightens as it deceives. Escher left us more than mesmerizing prints. He gave us a new way to see. He proved that art and science, logic and creativity are deeply connected. His influence is everywhere, in movies like Inception, in video games, in mathematical research. Escher became a symbol of outside-the-box thinking, showing that art can be both intellectual and delightful. His ultimate gift is curiosity. He urges us to look for patterns, paradoxes and hidden puzzles in everyday life. After Escher, you notice the world's tessellations, reflections and logical beauty. He trains your eye to see structure beneath the surface, so next time something doesn't make sense, lean in, get curious. Escher taught us that the world is full of puzzles, and the joy is in exploring them. The journey into his impossible worlds never ends, because it changes how you see everything else.